Hello my dear students, welcome back to online class. In last class we discussed about the imaginary elixir of life is the Amrita and the real elixir of life is plain water, and how the Nile river made the wonderful difference between the Libyan desert and fertile land. Okay students, today we are going to paragraph number 3. Geologists tells us the entire soil of the Nile Valley is the creation of the river itself. It was brought down as the finest silt in its flood waters from the highlands of Abyssinia and from remote Central Africa and laid down through the ages in the through trough which the Nile flows into the sea. Egypt in fact was made by its river. Its ancient civilization was created and is sustained by the life-giving waters which come down year after year with unfailing regularity. Okay students, here geologists also say about the Nile Valley. They feel that the Nile Valley is the creation of the river itself, and it was brought down as the finest silt and in its flood waters from the highlands of Abyssinia. The Nile river's flood water came from the highlands of Abyssinia and Central Africa and laid down through the ages in the trough through which the Nile flows. And Egypt was made by the river. And students, we saw so many civilizations, and Egypt was also one of the civilization. But how did this civilization create? This was created due to Nile water. The Nile water flowed there, so the Egypt was created, and which came down every year unfailingly. The river came down or flow down every year unfailingly. That was regular came, and also still it sustained. Here sustained means existed. I give this example and could give many others to emphasize that this common substance which we take for granted in our everyday life is the most potent and the most wonderful thing on the face of our earth. It has played a role of vast significance in shaping the course of the earth's history and continues to play the leading role in the drama of life on the surface of our planet. Okay, look students, in third paragraph, the writer here C.V. Ramana is given Egypt example, but here the writer is saying that why he has taken this as an example to tell about water. The writer only saying there are lot of other examples, many other examples are there to make you understand the importance of water. And once of substance, once of sense, that is the most wonderful and the most potent thing on the earth, that is called water. The writer is giving best example, that is the difference between the Libyan desert and Egypt, and how the Nile river make this fertile land. That is the best example C.V. Ramana giving us to make us understand our importance of water. And this is not only the one example, there are number of examples say the importance of water. Water made this beautiful earth. If you check to history of our earth, without water there is no chapter, no life and no vegetation. So water is most important in our history of earth. There is nothing which adds so much to the beauty of the countryside as water, be it just a little stream trickling over the rocks or a little pond by the wayside where the cattle quench their thirst of an evening. The rain-fed tanks that are so common in South India, alas, often so sadly neglected in their maintenance, are a cheering sight when they are full. They are of course shallow, but this is less evident since the water is silt laden and throws the light back, and the bottom does not therefore show up. These tanks play a vital role in South Indian agriculture. Some of these tanks are surprisingly large, and it is a beautiful sight to see the sunrise or set over one of them. Water in a landscape may be compared to the eyes in a human face. It reflects the mood of the hour, being bright and gay when the sun shines, turning to dark and gloomy when the sky is overcast. Dear students, already we discussed how important the water is. Now, the presence of water adds to the beauty of the countryside, and here countryside means rural areas or villages. In this paragraph, the writer gives an imagination, that is, if the stream or running water flow over the rocks or a little pond. Pond means storage of water by the wayside where the cattle quench their thirst of an evening. If there is no water, how the cattle quench their thirst? A stream and a little ponds make beautiful earth in the villages. And rainfed tanks are very common in South India. But one sad thing is they are sadly neglected in their maintenance. And they get their water from rain, and they are a cheering sight when they are full. They are quite shallow, but since the water is silt laden and throws the light back, the bottom is not clearly visible. These tanks are very important in South Indian agriculture, and some of these tanks are surprisingly large, and it is a beautiful sight to see the sunrise and sunset over one of them. And water makes everything look beautiful, and these are almost like a lifeline. So the water compares water in a landscape to the eyes in a human face. Okay students, why does he make this comparison? He makes this comparison. Here he refers to C.V. Ramana. C.V. Ramana makes this comparison because it reflects the mood of the hour, being bright and happy when the sun shines, and turning to dark and gloomy when the sky is overcast or full of cloud.